Welcome to Weekly China Recap with Xing Zheming. We decode China, one episode at a time. This week, we turn our focus to one of the most watched rivalries inside China, the race between Jiangsu and Guangdong, two powerhouse provinces that together shape nearly one-fifth of China's entire economy. And this competition is not just about numbers. It reflects the deeper story of how China's growth model is evolving, from export-led expansion to innovation, from regional imbalance to coordinated growth. Why this competition matters? Let's first talk about the size of both provincial economies. In 2024, Jiangsu's GDP reached approximately 13.7 trillion yuan, about $1.87 trillion, while Guangdong's economy surpassed 14 trillion yuan, around $1.9 trillion. If each province were considered an independent economy, Jiangsu would rank around 15th globally, ahead of the countries like Mexico and Indonesia, while Guangdong would be close to the world's 10th largest economy, just behind Italy and ahead of Brazil. For more than 3 decades, Guangdong province has stood at the very top of China's economic rankings, the first to open up to the world, the home of manufacturing giants, and the hub of the Pearl River Delta miracle. But now, a quiet transformation is taking place. In the first 3 quarters of 2025, Guangdong's economy grew 4.1% to about 10.5 trillion yuan, or $1.5 trillion. Jiangsu wasn't far behind, expanding 5.4% to 10.3 trillion yuan. The gap between the two is now just 236 billion yuan, the smallest in more than 11 years, showing how quickly Jiangsu is catching up. For context, only 5 years ago, the difference between the two was more than 800 billion yuan. Jiangsu's consistent industrial strength, especially in high-end manufacturing, has made it one of the most balanced and productive regional economies in China. Meanwhile, Guangdong, long known as the pioneer of China's reform and opening up, continues to lead in innovation, trade, and private sector activity, though it's facing new structural challenges. The contrast between Guangdong and Jiangsu goes far beyond numbers. It's also about 2 distinct development models. Guangdong's growth has always been driven by private enterprises, exports, and entrepreneurial energy. From Shenzhen's tech giants like Huawei and Tencent to Dongguan's manufacturing clusters and Guangzhou's service economy, Guangdong has been the frontrunner in market-oriented reform. Jiangsu, by contrast, has followed a more balanced and coordinated approach. It combines strong manufacturing foundations with advanced technology investment, robust public infrastructure, and a stable industrial chain. Cities like Suzhou, Wuxi, and Nanjing have become symbols of precision manufacturing and innovation, attracting both domestic and global investors. What's interesting is that Jiangsu's GDP per capita has now surpassed Guangdong's, making it one of the wealthiest provinces in China on a per-person basis. This shows not only economic scale, but also efficiency and balance, the kind of qualities China wants to promote nationwide. In 2024, Jiangsu province's per capita GDP was 160,694 yuan, while Guangdong province's was 111,146 yuan, meaning that on average, a person in Jiangsu produced about 1.45 times the economic output of a person in Guangdong. But both provinces are under pressure. The global economic slowdown, the restructuring of supply chains, and geopolitical tensions are all forcing China's export-heavy regions to rethink their growth paths. For Guangdong, the challenge is to upgrade its industrial structure and reduce dependence on low-end manufacturing and exports. The province is betting big on new energy vehicles, semiconductors, biotechnology, and digital industries, areas supported by national policy. Jiangsu, meanwhile, faces the challenge of sustaining growth amid demographic and cost pressure. Its traditional industries like chemicals, electronics, and machinery are being transformed into more automated and digitalized systems. Now, you might ask, why does this provincial rivalry matter so much? because the competition between Guangdong and Jiangsu is a microcosm of China's regional transformation. China's leadership has long encouraged benign competition among provinces to drive innovation, reform, and better governance. When Jiangsu narrows the gap, it sends a strong message that China's economic growth is becoming more diversified, balanced, and resilient. It also creates valuable lessons for other developing regions in central and western China to learn how to optimize industrial structures, attract talent, and build a more innovation-friendly environment. At the same time, it reminds policymakers that growth quality now matters more than speed. The focus is shifting from how big the GDP is to how sustainable and innovation-driven that GDP can be. The Guangdong-Jiangsu race is also symbolic of a deeper question. How will China's regional economies evolve as the country's overall growth moderates? In the coming years, we will likely to see more integration across regional clusters, for example, the Yangtze River Delta around Shanghai, where Jiangsu plays a central role, and the Greater Bay Area when Guangdong is the anchor. These two clusters are not just economic powerhouses, they represent China's two frontiers of modernization, one rooted in advanced manufacturing and coordination, and the other is global innovation and connectivity. Together, they form the dual engines that will drive China toward its 2035 modernization goals that emphasize high-quality growth, technological self-reliance, and global competitiveness. So, will Jiangsu overtake Guangdong one day? It's possible, but that's not the real story. The real story is how competition, coordination, and innovation coexist in China's regional landscape. Guangdong is transforming itself from a manufacturing powerhouse into an innovation leader. Jiangsu is turning its industrial discipline into technological strength. Both are essential pieces of China's broader economic puzzle. And as China prepares for its next phase, this regional competition offers an early glimpse into the country's new growth logic: pragmatic, strategic, and deeply competitive, yet ultimately coordinated under one shared goal: modernization with Chinese characteristics. That's all for this week's episode of Weekly China Recap with Xing Zheming. If you find this program insightful, make sure to subscribe and share it with friends and colleagues who want to understand China beyond the headlines. I'm Xing Zheming. Thanks for listening. See you next week. Goodbye.